After 3 clinical trials, 2 major surgeries, and 42 rounds of chemotherapy, Sherri S. Gendelman ended her 17-month valiant battle with ovarian cancer on November 22, 2014. But her legacy, light, and might live on in the people she touched throughout her life, especially her gorgeous daughter Rachel, loving husband Bob, and close friends Barbara Radler and Sue Epstein, who couldn't let that light dim. They knew that Sherri's wish was to help other women who were suffering from cancer, and in 2015 hosted the first annual Sherri's Walk by the Water in one of her favorite spots, Margate, New Jersey, starting here right under the Lucy the Elephant Museum. More than 300 people turned out, raising more than $45,000. I'm Hope Katz-Gibbs, publisher of The Incandescent magazine, and I am thrilled to be here with you all. Thank you for having me. Rachel, we're going to start with you. Tell us what inspired you to make this happen.
It was really my mom that inspired us to make this happen. We really just wanted to keep her name out there, and a couple of months after she passed away, we created the Sherri S. Gendelman Fund, affiliated with Abington Hospital, Jefferson Health. So really it was just to be able to keep her memory alive, keep her name out there, and to really just make sure that other people are aware of ovarian cancer and that it can happen to anyone and what the symptoms are, and that there's really not much treatment options if you are to be diagnosed with it.
You know, she went through so much to fight this. What was that like to experience that with her?
It was definitely very difficult. I think it still is. I mean, every day is kind of like a roller coaster. But I think she really showed us how being determined and, you know, how sometimes you have to fight through life and try to do whatever you can in any terrible situation. And I think she was really just my biggest inspiration. And even though it wasn't the outcome that we wanted, this is what's giving us hope in trying to save other people.
So what were some of the challenges and obstacles that you faced initially in getting the first walk to happen last summer?
My micromanagement problem, you know, and actually it was really terrific last year because Rachel and I, and trying to put together with the team, we had the same personality. Okay, I mean, she's a much better speaker than I am, as you can see. But you know, as far as you know, you try to use whatever skills that you've learned in the past to implement in anything you do, and you know, hopefully some of those skills with the team, you know, just really worked well.
Now we're going to talk to Barbara Radler, who is a childhood friend of mine, and she called me when she was doing this last year, and she's like, "You have a PR firm, what do you think?" And so this year I have the privilege of being here and making you our cover story coming up in The Incandescent magazine, so thank you very much.
Thank you.
And she also has a fantastic video company in Philadelphia. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I produce videos for healthcare, so I do a lot of patient stories, physician stories, and it's all about healthcare every single day. So this was a natural extension.
So this walk, when they said that they wanted to do this fund and create this walk, what was your response?
Whatever I can do. Whatever I can do. Well, the last thing that Sherri said to me was, make sure Rachel stays happy her whole life. And I was like, that's a pretty big task, but okay, if I can do that, I will, and I'll do anything, you know, always. And that was her wish, and so here I am. She's like I say my third daughter, even though she's the oldest, so sometimes it's like she's my first daughter. And yeah, whatever I can do, it's like, I'm here.
Yeah. Wow, that's amazing. So tell us a little bit about your relationship.
So Sherri and I went to high school together. We weren't really good friends in high school, but in the last 20 years we became really, really good friends. We lived in the same neighborhood at home and at the shore. She was just a great, great friend, and that's all I can say. They say if you have one true friend in a lifetime, you're blessed, and I'm truly blessed to have had Sherri. And there's many times I still talk to Sherri because she just always had the right answer. She was a very, very, I don't know, intuitive person. She just knew other people. She read people really well. And I thought I did, But there were many times I was wrong about somebody and she was right. And I look up, I go, Sherri, you did this one.
So what would she be saying about this walk?
Oh my God, she'd be so thrilled. One thing she didn't want, she was afraid everybody would forget who she was. And first of all, even without the walk, nobody in the right mind would forget about Sherri. To know Sherri was to love Sherri. I mean, she was just an unbelievable person. She would love every minute of this walk, and I truly believe she's looking down, and she gives us all the fuel to keep going. All of us, we're so blessed with our lives. Let's give it up and help, and that's what we do. And so many people have come through, because I always say it's not so much the organization, it's the person, and it's very hard to say no to Sherri.
Beautiful. Thank you, Sue.
Thank you.
So, Vonda, you are the chapter manager for the National Ovarian Cancer Coalition. Tell us about ovarian cancer and some of the statistics.
Okay. Well, ovarian cancer is known as the cancer that whispers because it's very hard to detect. And a lot of times, for the majority of women, the cancer is found when it's in its later stages. And that in that case, the prognosis is poor. So when you look at the number of cases of women that are diagnosed, 70% will not survive to 5 years because of the fact the cancer is caught when it's advanced. The positive is, if the cancer is found early, 90% of women will survive past 5 years. So the key to making a difference with ovarian cancer is educating people, making people aware of the early symptoms, and of course raising money towards ovarian cancer research.
So what are those symptoms?
It can be bloating that persists for over 2 weeks, frequent urination, back pain, abdominal pain, and also feeling very full after eating.
Those sound like pretty common symptoms for most women.
They are, and that's what also makes ovarian cancer hard to diagnose. A lot of times women will ignore those symptoms, or they'll go to their doctor or a nurse practitioner and it might be misdiagnosed, which is very common, as a GI disorder. So it's not to alarm people that if you have those symptoms, it means you have ovarian cancer. The key is if those symptoms last for 2 weeks or longer, that's when you should go have a discussion with your doctor or nurse practitioner and have them rule out that it's ovarian cancer.
So tell us, how can people get involved if they want to attend a walk, create a walk?
They can go to our website, which is www.ovarian.org. It lists all of our events throughout the country. It's all the run walks, the golf outings, and if there's people that are interested, like the Gendelmans, to create their own walk, they should also contact as well.
Very good. Well, thank you for your time.
Ready? Okay. I am beyond thankful to each and every one of you who donated generously to Sherri's walk. I especially want to thank everyone on my team who donated in memory of my mom and Sherri. It is still bizarre to me that I lost my mom and best friend a year apart almost to the day from this horrific disease. I wish I would have known then what I know now about ovarian cancer so my mom and Sherri could have been maybe saved. God knows they both fought long and hard and did every treatment they possibly could do to live. We couldn't save my mom and Sherri, but with all the money that was raised by all of you today and the awareness this walk will bring, we can hopefully save so many others, and for that I am grateful. I know my mom and Sherri are together in heaven smiling at this beautiful event. Thank you all.
So here's to breaking the silence. I'm Hope Katz-Gibbs, publisher of Being Candescent magazine. Thank you for your time.